through Voodoo Chow for you. This will be Stevie Vaughan's version, and I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I'm going to cover the intro and the verse parts here. Alright, so this starts out with just muting the strings and using the wah pedal. Then he comes to this lick, and the notes here will kick off the wah just so we don't have that noise. He rakes into this note. Alright, now when you come out of that, you just go to a full step bend on the 10th fret. And slide down. Okay, now the first couple licks he does down here would be like this. Okay, and how you do that is just the root note, and then a bend on the 3rd string, bend up and release, and then pull off, and back to the root again. And then 2 notes from the E major chord, the E and G sharp, as a double stop. Strum those 3 times, and then hit the G on the 3rd fret, bottom string, and then up to the E on the 4th string. So that goes. Okay, so then the second time we go, ending up here, and then on the bottom string. Okay, so that again was. Alright, now he comes up and does this lick up here on the 10th fret, 2nd string. Just ending up on the 8th fret there. And then a slide. Okay, then the open string, top 2 open string. Then he bends the 2nd or the 3rd string up a full step. Now when he does that, sometimes he uses the wah for it because this can be kind of subtle. But what I do here is I just, with the pick selector switch, I just move it in rhythmic. Just like that. You can use the wah for that if you want, but I kind of like the subtle effect that. This is the way he played it on the live at the El Macambo, and probably on the recorded version as well. And then it comes to the main rhythm part. So you start with an open E, and it got a quick upstroke on the top strings, and that's quickly muted out when you hit the G note. So you go, and when you hit the G, give it just a slight bend, and then go to the E note. 4th string. Okay, then right after that there's a double stop, top 2 strings, 3rd fret. I use these 2 fingers, so I got my middle finger available for the next lick that comes after it, which is, and a bunch of variations of those. And then right back to the opening. See, you can vary that bend a little bit. he does it a whole bunch of different ways, just real subtle changes in the way he plays that lick. But that's the main lick. And then the one that comes right after that, that's repeated, is... Now that takes some quick right hand movement. You gotta hit the open E, and mute it out. I use my thumb, and then hit this double stop again on the top two strings. Now it looks like my first finger is playing something, but it's actually just laying down there and muting out these middle strings, so I don't get any unwanted strings ringing. Now that's the lick. And you can see how I picked that there, and that's the best way I found to do it, and it is pretty tough to get up to speed because it's about... So that's that. Then we go into the verse part, and he's just playing right along with the vocal, and that's just in this little lick. Then on Chop It Down with the Edge of My Hand, just plays along with that one too. Except that end part's a little bit different than the vocal, of course. Okay, then right after that, hit the open E string a couple times. Then you want to rake into a bend at the 15th fret on the second string. Now you want to try to rake all those strings before you hit that. If you've never done that, it's a good thing to add to your repertoire. And it just takes a little bit of practice to get that to where when you hit the string that you're bending, you don't mute that out. So you just got to kind of rake, and then just when you get there, lift off. And you want to, of course, add a lot of vibrato as much as you can get on that thing. Okay, and then the next time he goes to this, standing next to a mountain, he just changes it slightly. It goes along with the vocal, and it goes, and then again. This is the same. Strings ring there, top two open strings, and pick up the piece that's making island. He goes into a double stop just on the G chord, just those two notes of a G chord, and A just on the second and third strings again. Then we're going to go into the chorus, and you're going to play a C7 chord, but you only need the notes on the third, fourth, and fifth strings, so you only need... Now you're just going to play the first one time, or the note with the first finger, and then the rest of it's going to be going from the root to the seventh. So it's... and just slide up 2 frets, D7. Alright, and that's it. Then we got a lick right after that. That I'll throw in here, but it'll probably be part of the lead lesson too. So right after this.